Wednesday night chess lesson on Thursday the 23rd of August. I have with me today Sam Trewin, young man who's just driven all the way down from Yarrawonga in a exciting 5-hour trip or something, was it?
Yeah.
That sounds pretty terrible. So he's a very keen young man. Rating there says it's 9:18 and you go to Yarrawonga College?
Yep.
Yep. How old are you?
I'm 10 turning 11.
10 turning 11. Well, don't turn too fast because we want to get you up to junior master. So you need 1100 or 1200 to get you junior master. But you're improving quite a bit by your graph there. So that's encouraging. Okay, now we've had an exciting week because a lot of you guys played down at Best in the West. And some of you did very well. It was all good experience playing in a seniors tournament. So we're going to start off today with a position from the game between Lawrence Matheson and Max Phillips. I might say hello to Max if he's there. Where are we? Are you there, Max?
Yep.
Hi, how are you today?
Good.
Excellent. All right, well, the good thing about playing in a senior tournament is you get a chance to play against really strong players. So in round one, Max was paired with Lawrence Matheson, and he got this position. And I'm asking you guys what you think he should have played. What he did was knight b4, went on a mystery knight tour. And I'll just quickly show you what happened. Lawrence went up to try and get that bishop and had a bit of a swap off. And then Lawrence started to reposition his pieces, and Max is still moving his knight around. And the knight sort of ends up on the king side. So Lawrence then started doing stuff on the queen side. Had a bit of a trade. And Max made a little bit of a boo-boo, and Lawrence forked him and won the game. But after the game, we all went through it, and I had a chat to Lawrence, and he said Max played very well. Said he moved a little bit quickly, which I think most juniors do. And in fact, if you were at the tournament, I'll just ask Max again. Max, do you remember which was the last game?
Pardon?
You remember which was the last game to finish at Best in the West?
No, I don't remember.
All right, it was the game on board one between the two best players. So they were using all their time and having a really hard fight, whereas all you juniors were moving too quickly and finishing really fast. So Lawrence said you played well, moved too quickly. But it's good experience. All right, now let's have a look at the so Sam, what do you think Max should have done perhaps instead of knight b4? You got any idea?
I reckon he should have done knight c8, then try and get it back to knight b6.
Right, what's your knight doing on b6? You're attacking on the queen side, are you?
Yeah, and just get in a better position.
Okay. All right, well, we all know Max is a very good attacking player, but in this position, given he's playing someone rated 1100 points higher, I reckon Max has got a nice position. He's got his share of the centre. His pieces are on good squares, except for his queen rook, which isn't in it yet. And he's certainly equal in this position. And I think he can just sit and sort of build up his position, and then the onus is on Lawrence to try and beat him. So were it me, for instance, I would just play a little move like h6 to stop that knight g5 getting my bishop. Then, when I'm struggling for a plan, I always think about getting two pawns side by side. So I've got that pawn on c5. I'd look at getting my other pawn on b5. So that would be sort of my threatened plan. And it could go like this. And if he decides to block me like that, see the queen side is now totally blocked, the centre's blocked, and the only way Lawrence can get any play is on the king side. But Max has got a lot of pieces, he's got those pawns holding everything back, and I reckon Max could just sort of sit there, play solidly, and have a very good chance of getting a draw. So I just want to make the point to you guys that you don't always have to be attacking and do things. You can just play little moves, sort of build up, and let your opponent try and beat you. Okay, let's have a look at what we're going to do today. Sam sent me quite a few of his games. We'll have a look at Bobby Zhang's game. Now I'll just put it back to the position I want to look at, which was, I think, here. Now, I've had a look at your game, Sam, and I've got 3 things that I think you need to have a look at.
Okay.
The first one is in this position. I don't know whether you remember it. Was this from the chess camp when you played Bobby, perhaps?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, okay. So you were black, and it's looking pretty even here. Bobby's got an extra pawn as white, but you've got your queen down there attacking. Now, he played, you took a pawn, so it's back to even, and then he played Rook D7. So you didn't notice your queen could take that for nothing?
No, no.
No. Okay, it's good look. Like Zoe did against William. She didn't notice her queen was going to get trapped because the other queen was way away in the corner. All right, so queen takes rook is the obvious move, but you did a different move. Do you remember what you played here?
Yeah, I think I went Rook D2. No, Rook
C2. Right, now tell me, why does your rook want to go to C2?
Because I was trying to get him to take it so he can come up for checkmate.
Yes, okay, this is my point. You are playing for traps.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're trying to set him up, and if he falls for the trap, you've got him, sort of thing. All right. Now, if you're lost, if your game's lost, sure, set traps, try and trick him and fight your way back into it. But if you're just playing along in a normal game, like here it's sort of even, playing for traps isn't really going to do you much good. You should, if you have a choice between playing a good move and playing a trappy move, play the good move.
Yeah.
Because he is actually Rook D7, he is threatening your F7 pawn.
Yeah.
So if you're not taking his rook, you really need to defend that. So you setting a trap, he can just jump in and take that pawn. And then I think it's mate in 7 or 8 or something like that, and you lost sort of horribly. Yeah, because you went for the trap. All right, so message for you guys, don't go for traps unless you're lost. Play good moves. So maybe like in this position, you obviously have to play rook F8 to defend that pawn probably, or you could play, maybe even you could look at rook to there, and he could get perpetual check, but you're threatening rook E1 check. That might be another interesting possibility. Right, so that was the first position I was interested in. The next one, let's have a look here. We'll just rush through the first couple of those. Now this was the Australian Junior, I think, against Dominic Lai, was that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were white. Now, I must say I really like what you do in the openings, because in most of your games you put your bishops on B5 or G5, not on C4 sort of thing, which a lot of kids do. And in this game, you got your 2 pawns side by side, which I've been saying is a good way to get a plan out of the opening. So this is like the Vienna gambit now. So I like what you're doing in the opening here. And we trundle along. You attack his bishop. So you've got bishop for knight and recapture with developing move, but his queen can come in and annoy you because it's attacking the queen and attacking C2. Now, he plays an interesting move, because normally you just sort of castle or do something like that. But now he's trying to trap you, and he plays knight H5. All right. So I want you guys to have a look at this position, and in the questions, tell me what move you reckon Max should play here as white. So Black's just played knight H5. You must obviously have some plan in mind, because he's moved a piece twice in the opening without a good reason. So now I'm getting Roman wants G4, Rebecca wants to take on E5, Kevin wants to take on E5, Bobby wants to play Queen D2, Zoe wants G3, Ryan wants to castle, Gemma and Callum are going take E5, Joe's castled, Daniel's gone G3. All right, we've got heaps of moves all over the place. All right, now this was your game.
Yeah.
What do you remember what you played?
I'm pretty sure I played G3 maybe?
Did that work out well?
No, I just took a
He just took it because he has a threat. What's his threat?
Penny.
He's threatening bishop h4. So all of you guys out there who wanted to play f takes e5, bishop h4 resigns will probably be a good response. And Daniel with his g3 and Zoe with g3, black could just take it. And that's what happened in the game, which is a bit of a problem. Castles, which was Ryan and Evan, I think. Castles isn't too bad because then bishop h4 isn't a threat. You probably still play it, but it doesn't sort of win anything. Our queen can get out of all the attacks. Okay, now this is the other second point I want to make to you in your games that I've been looking at. Look at all checks and captures, particularly when something's happening. I don't think you're looking at all checks and captures. And all you guys out there, some of you looked at pawn takes e5, which was a capture, but a blunder. Kevin and Zoe have now cottoned on. We look at all checks and captures. Instead of g3, what about bishop takes f7 check? You didn't think of that one?
No, he takes, I take check.
Yeah, so he takes, you go check, and now you're picking up the knight on d4. So you've gained a pawn, you've made his king so it can't castle, and it's probably okay for you.
Yeah.
So the move is sitting there, sort of staring you in the face and staring all you guys in the face, but you didn't look at a move which is at both a check and a capture. So a little lesson there. So that's just one example. All right. File load game. Let's have a look here. Now the main game we want to look at is your game against Jodie Middleton. Is that the Australian junior game as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's quite a long game. So we'll see what we can find out from this game. So you are black. Okay, so off we go. Okay, so it's sort of a Rye-Lopez. You went d6 and Jodie went d4. Do you know much about the Rye-Lopez? How to play against that or not?
I've been playing it now, I've been studying it, but since then I didn't really back then.
You didn't know? All right, so would you still play the d6 move or will you play something different now?
Probably play knight f6 or a6.
A6 is the main move. All right, so back here. So she just played d4. All right, question. What is white threatening?
To move up and win the knight.
Pawn to d5. Does that win the knight? Or can black get out of it with pawn to a6, attacking your bishop?
D takes e5. Wins the pawn.
So d takes e5, pawn takes back. Yeah, or you could swap queens first, take the knight. Or white could take the knight first, pawn takes e5, takes queen check. So white is threatening to win a pawn.
Yeah.
And if whites go here, white may well want to play bishop takes knight check and then take on e5. You agree about that?
Yeah.
All right, so what move you did, you forced her to do what she wants to do anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a bad choice. So you mustn't have said to yourself, what is she threatening? Because you're forcing her to take that knight. But very lucky for you, she wasn't in the mood to take the knight, so she went back. All right, so now you got rid of the pin. So that was cool. And you chased the bishop back. All right, now question for everyone. What should Sam play here as black? What move would you guys like to play? So in the questions, type in your responses and we'll see what we get. So Ryan likes d5. Kevin likes knight g5. Joe likes bishop g4, which is illegal, probably means bishop g5. Oh no, hang on, bishop, oh, okay, sorry, bishop g4 is legal. Bishop b7 from Callum. Knight g5 from Kevin was illegal. Got it back to front. Blacks go. Joe wants knight f6 now. Mitch likes bishop e6. I'm not sure what he's going to do if white plays pawn to d5. Ryan wants to take the pawn. He takes d4. Zoe's going f5. Oh my God. Looks a bit aggressive, Zoe. I don't know whether even Max would play that. What else have we got? Daniel likes knight f6. William likes bishop e7. Bradley and Gemma going bishop g4. Now what move did you play? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember.
All right. Well, you took. you reckon that's a good move?
No,
Why not?
because there's like no reason for any thing he can just take back.
He can just take back.
And then I've lost one of my better centre pawns.
You've lost a centre pawn. Okay, maybe. All right, so Sam reckons that was a bad move, and white could just take back. So would you guys just take back, or would you do a different move? So type in the question what you do for white in this position. Obvious move is taking back, or is there something different you'd like to do instead? Benjamin's taking. William's playing knight g5. Mitch is playing knight g5. Ryan's going bishop takes f7 check. Get a check for a bishop. I'm not sure whether that's a good move. Zoe's agreeing. I don't understand. Callum's going knight g5. Ryan's going c3 now. Not many people are taking the pawn back. Don't you want to get your pawn back? Evan's castled. All right. Well, what white should probably play is bishop d5. Oops, hang on, what's going on here? White should probably play bishop d5, pinning that knight, then take the pawn, but white actually took it. All right, so you've lost a bit of control of the centre. Black to play then, guys. What should Sam do now? We came up with a lot of weird moves last move. Evan's gone bishop c7. Do you mean b7 or d7? Callum wants to take the knight. Ryan likes knight f6. Evan's decided on bishop b7. Knight f6 isn't much good, Ryan, because he plays knight takes knight. So Ryan's now playing knight takes knight. Callum's bishop b7. Okay. Now you decided to take. Why did you take?
I don't know. What's that?
Okay. Well, normally I would say in this position taking is a bad move because he's recapturing the developing move.
Yeah.
You'd like give him a free move. But tactics always beat considerations like that all the time, and you have a sneaky tactic here.
Oh yeah.
You remember? You played c5. Pretty clever. Attacking the queen, and now he plays what looks like a good move, queen d5. You played bishop e6 check, so protecting the rook and the f7 pawn, so you got out of the double attack. Now, poor old white's in a pickle, because he can check you. You go back, and then when she goes back there, you hit her with c4, winning a bishop for a couple of pawns. So that worked out well, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So normally knight takes knight would have been bad, but in this case, tactics overrule, and that was good. So we're picking up a piece for a couple of pawns. Okay. Now, what do you reckon you should do here?
Just develop a piece.
So what developing move would you do?
Knight f6.
Knight f6. Is that what you did in the game?
I'm not too sure. Actually, I think I want to play bishop e7.
No, you actually went bishop e6. Why do you reckon you want to play bishop e6?
I want to gain more space, maybe.
How does that gain more space?
I'm not too sure. Maybe try to gain this queen away, then try to bring up for it.
I have a different theory. Looking at all your games, I think you like making one move threats. You threaten pieces, even though the opponent can sort of move them or move them to a good square. That's just like for the sake of threatening. Maybe you're hoping they don't move it or something.
Okay.
This is my theory. It mightn't be right, it might be wrong, but we'll have a look for the rest of your game and we'll see how we go. So that's putting the bishop on a better square, so that's fine. But the only trouble is, she goes check. Now, if you move your king, you can't castle. If you put the queen in the way, you lose the rook. So you've got to go back again. And she goes back there. Now, what should you do here?
Well, bishop back to e6 because I was hoping for a draw because she was higher rated.
So you want to draw?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you want to draw?
Well, because she's higher rated and I'll still go off a little bit.
But what if you're winning? Wouldn't you get more points if you beat her?
Oh, yeah.
So who's winning in this game?
Me.
So you don't really want to draw, do you, if you're winning?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fairly typical comment about, drawing with high players and stuff like that, but all you guys should be looking at the long term. You're here to become a good chess player. So if you agree to a draw against a good player in a winning position, it's like a waste of time, a waste of experience. Play on. If you win, it's even better. If you lose, you've learned something because you've made a mistake and you can learn from it. But, okay, so we're not going to play for a draw. So what should we do if we're not playing for a draw?
Knight f6.
Yeah, knight f6, obvious move, because you're developing with gain of tempo. You're attacking the queen. But you're in draw mode. Now, if she had gone to c6, she would have gone back and repeated maybe and said, give me a draw, give me a draw.
Yeah.
She would have been tickle pink, I reckon, a piece down for 2 pawns, but she went backwards, so maybe she's playing for a win. All right, so now we can start developing our pieces. She castles. Develop there, that's logical. Aha, rook d1. So she's ganging up on your d pawn. Does that worry you?
No, not really. It's protected a lot.
It's protected twice and only attacked twice, so we're okay so far. All right, so you get the hell out of there. Uh-oh, now she's attacking it 3 times, and it's only defended twice. Are we worried now?
Not really, because I think I pushed forward.
Okay, it's not really a threat anyway, because if you do a swap off, her e-pawn is hanging. Maybe she might be threatening e5. We need to think about that.
Yeah.
So you went pawn to d5?
Yeah.
Are there any other moves you think you might look at?
No.
Okay, what about queen b6? Would that be an okay move?
Yeah.
Because that gets out of the pin. And you're counter-attacking on b2. That would be all right as well, but I mean d5 is probably okay. So we'll go d5. Okay. She chops. What should you take with?
I should have took the queen. I took it the knight.
So why is taking with the queen better?
Because then it can't be the knight can't be pinned, and the queen can't be pinned to anything.
Okay. So and if you swap off
it's
queen,
helping the trade-off.
yeah. So if you swap off queens, because you're a piece for 2 pawns up, that would be good for you as well. Right. So maybe queen takes is the best. Now, can she move her queen anywhere with a counter-attack from the rook that's going to worry you? Probably not. She'd go to e2 or f1 or something because she's got to keep protecting a rook and you just move away, so that'll all be fine. But you went for the slightly dangerous knight takes d5. Okay, and then she ripped over there, queen to g3. Now what do you think she's up to there?
Try to build up on the knight. I play c4 next move.
I'll be playing c4, okay. All right, you guys, so Sam's a bit worried about c4 because his knight's pinned and everything. What do you reckon he should do in this position? So type in the questions. What do you think he should play? It's black to play. So Zoe's going bishop f6. Mitch is going queen b8. Ryan's going queen c8. Joe's doing an interesting one, bishop h4. I think there's a million moves so far. Kevin's gone knight c3. It's been interesting. Ryan's gone queen b6. Callum agrees with queen b6. Rebecca's gone queen a5. And a few other moves all around the shop. So do you remember what moves you looked at in the game?
I looked at a lot, but I decided on knight takes f4 because it gets out of it.
Okay. I'm not sure you did. You should have played knight takes f4, as Bobby's saying, and I think William's saying, and Ryan's now saying maybe. So we look at all checks and captures. You went bishop f6. So let's have a look. Knight takes f4. So that's a capture. So we've got to look at it. So if she plays queen takes knight, you've got queen takes rook mate. And if rook takes queen, what do you do?
Knight E2 check.
Knight E2 check, and then we're going to get another check because we could take that queen with check, and we're picking up a free rook. How good is that? So you had like an on-the-spot win.
Yeah.
But you didn't do it. You played bishop f6.
Yeah, I think I did it later.
You did it. You might have done it later. So, but why did you miss it in this position?
Because I didn't look at all candidate moves.
You obviously didn't look at it as a candidate move, or if you did, you just said, "Oh, no, I can't do that as pin." So you like stopped analysing. You didn't look at another move and say, "Oh, hang on, I've got that knight e2 check."
Yeah.
Yeah. So even if you look at all checks and captures, you've got to look at far enough. There might be a tricky move, sort of one move deeper than you've looked at. This is where chess gets difficult, where there's lots of different candidate moves, because you guys have come up with a fistful of moves all over the shop, which makes chess hard. Okay, so you went bishop f6, and I mean that's probably okay, putting the bishop on the better square and stuff. And she might have woken up now that if she does c4, you can still do knight takes bishop. So instead, she's connected her rooks and played knight c3. Okay, what do you think you should do now?
I think now is when I play knight takes f4.
Is that good now? Because then she plays rook takes queen, and she's covered e2.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've looked at it.
So now bishop takes c3, then do it.
Yeah, so we'll take the knight first. Now, which would be better to take with? I wonder, would it be better to take with the knight or take with the bishop?
Bishop.
Why is it better to take with the bishop?
So then I still have like knight takes f4.
Afterwards? Yeah, they're both pretty good. You could play knight takes c3. Now, it's the same deal. If rook takes queen, we've got knight e2 check. And if she takes back, our queen's attacked. We just move our queen somewhere nice, maybe a5 like that. So you're a piece up for 2 pawns, and they're 2 horrible pawns. You've got double attack, and sort of you've got no weaknesses. It's all beautiful, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it's all pretty cool. So that would be quite good. The one you went for was with the bishop takes. So we'll see how we go with that. Take with the pawn. Now, g6. Tell me about g6. What's happening there?
I was kind of worried about bishop h6, so I played it.
Okay, so you said to yourself, what is she threatening?
Yeah.
She's threatening bishop h6, I reckon. So, oh my God, I've got to get out of that. All right. First question, is she threatening bishop h6? Is that a good threat?
No, because I can get out of it.
How can you get out of it? The pawn will be pinned against the rook, so if you play g6, you take the rook.
So I can play queen f6.
Yeah, so if she was to play bishop h6, you just play queen f6, developing a queen, threatening the bishop, defending g7. That'd be all wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, so you sort of panicked at a not very good threat.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So it's another little lesson perhaps. Don't sort of look in just at what your opponent's threatening, but look also at what you can do, either now or in response. But now, see, so you could still have done knight takes f4 now, couldn't you?
Yeah.
That would still work. So we're swapping off pieces and swapping off queens, and that would have been pretty good. All right, so g6, a little bit of a boo-boo, but no damage done. She went c4. Probably not the best because she's forcing us to do what we now want to do. So you're more or less forced to take the bishop, and you work out that that's okay. You're not losing the queen. So everything's great. All right, so we'll swap off another bit. So we're getting closer to a win. We've still got bishop for 2 pawns. Our queen's attacked. So what should we do? Where would you like to move the queen, or you've got some brilliant counter attack or something, or you've pretty well got to move the queen, haven't you?
Yeah.
So where are we going to put it?
To a5 or b6 maybe.
Okay. So what question do we ask ourselves to help us decide which is the best spot?
Where do I want my pieces?
Yeah. So we say which is the best square for that queen. Okay. So I reckon maybe a5. That's Then it can shoot over to the king side if we need it, and it's covering all those weak pawns on the queen side, so a5 would be pretty good. You did a funny one. You did queen there. What did you want to go queen there? Do you remember?
Oh, hoping to swap up.
Yes, you're sort of attacking her queen.
Yeah.
Like another one-move attack that she can get out of, and it means your queen's maybe not on the best square. So that was a little bit of a move, but it doesn't hurt the position. Everything's fine. So she went up there. Now that looks pretty attacking. Are you worried there's some good attack coming up there?
Not really, no.
Why not?
Because she can't get checkmate with just the queen.
Yeah, so she's only attacking with a queen at the moment, so unless she sort of swings a rook across to the h file when we're not looking and checkmates us on h7, but that's probably not going to happen. All right, so what are we going to do now? What do you reckon you should do?
Rook d8.
Rook d8 to have a swap off of rook. That's probably be all right. That looks okay. So that's developing a rook, which wasn't developed before. She runs away. She doesn't want to swap. Okay. What can we do now?
Queen b4.
Queen b4. What about that c pawn there? Is that just a free pawn? Could you take that if you wanted?
Yeah.
So that's a capture.
Yeah.
So we should look at it. Anything wrong with it?
No.
No, it looks like a free, delicious, juicy pawn. So now we've got bishop for one pawn. So we're going really well. She developed her rook there. Okay, does that worry us?
No.
What's she threatening?
To take the bishop.
Is that it? So we move the bishop somewhere and we're happy?
Yeah, I think so.
You sure there's not another threat? Remember before you said you were worried about that queen on h6 because it's just attacking with a queen?
Rook h4.
Rook h4 could be a threat, and then she's getting in that h pawn and checking and whatever. So if we just went bishop e6, she'd go rook h4, and she's got a little bit of an attack going.
Yeah.
Okay. So why did you miss rook h4 when I just asked you?
Because I wasn't looking at all moves.
Yeah. This is the thing is people sort of just look at the obvious thing. So rook e4, oh, she's attacking my bishop. And then your brain sort of turns off and stops. Oh, what can I do about that bishop? But you've really got to train yourself to say, hang on, is there anything else happening? Oh, there's two attacks, rook h4 and rook takes bishop.
Yeah.
So don't just look at the obvious thing. But anyway, it's no big deal because you play queen d6. So you're counter-attacking on the back rank. So if she takes your bishop, you hoon in for the back rank checkmate. And you put your queen on a better square. So that's cool. So she just played h3 to get out of all the problems. Okay, what should we do now?
Bishop e6 maybe?
We could drop our bishop back to e6. Yeah, that's okay. There's probably a few good moves. You actually chose queen f6. So you're going for a counter-attack on her rook.
Yeah.
It's probably okay. Or whether it's an example of another one-move attack that she can easily get out of and put her rook on a better square. Not sure, but she just doubled her rooks. But I mean, queen f6 is a good square for your queen, so that's no big deal. Okay, black to play. All right, guys, what would you do as black here? Give some suggestions for Sam. What do you think black should play here? Daniel's going queen b7. Callum's taking on a2. He's taking on a2. Mitch is a2. Ben's gone queen h8. It's a mystery move. Rebecca's going bishop e6. Looks nice and safe. Daniel wants to go queen g7. Swap off. Bradley's taking on a2. Gemma's going e6. So we've got about 4 or 5 moves so far. William's gone bishop d5. Any of them appeal to you?
Yeah, probably bishop takes a2.
Bishop takes a2. Let's just have a little chat here if he's around. William, are you there? Talk to me, William. No, he's not going to talk to me. William wanted to play bishop d5. So who can we talk to? Let's talk to Zoe. Zoe, are you there?
Yeah, hello.
Hi, how you doing? Now,
Thank
which
you.
one did you choose? You chose bishop takes a2.
Yeah.
Because?
Because I'm pretty sure it's a free pawn.
Free pawn. All right. Now, William, who won't talk to me, wants to play bishop d5. What do you think of that?
I don't think it's too bad, but
Why would he
worried.
want? He wants to attack the rook. Is it good or waste of time, or what do you think?
I don't really think it does that much because he can just move the rook to h4.
Okay. What about queen g7? Some of them want to play queen g7. Would that be good?
Oh, that's right. You can back the queen off. So
But what about your bishop hanging on c4?
okay, well, yeah, that's not a good move then.
Yeah, that's not good. All right. So it takes the free pawn. All right. Thank you, Zoe. Right. So everyone who took the free pawn, I think you're doing well. But in the game, you went bishop d5.
Yeah.
Why didn't you want the free pawn?
Not too sure. Maybe I just didn't see it.
It's a capture.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's like a one-move threat again.
Yeah.
You've made a one-move threat against a rook that can go somewhere else. There's not a trouble for it. So it's another example. I think you were going for the one-move threat attack. So she went rook f4, attacking your queen. You drop back. So obviously if you have a swap off, that's good for you because you're piece up. So you'd be happy with a swap off. So she doesn't swap, she runs away. All right, what should you do here?
Now bishop takes a2.
Now you could do bishop takes a2. Free delicious pawn. I don't see anything wrong with that. But you didn't do it. Do you remember what you did?
No.
You said, hey, I can see another one-move attack. And you did h6, attacking the queen.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, h6 is an okay move, but whether it's a symptom of the one-move attack they can get out of problem. So she ran away. Now you can take that free pawn, yes?
Yeah.
Did you take the free pawn?
I'm not too sure. Maybe.
Maybe. Can you see any good one-move attacks for black that the opponent can easily get out of?
G5.
G5. So you played G5.
Yeah.
Going for the one-move attack again. Now, is G5 a strong move or a weak move or an average move? What?
Weakens my defense.
It sort of opens your king up just a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
With the pawn on G6, your king was nice and safe. So you're sort of causing a little bit of a disadvantage on the king side for the old one-move attack. Okay. She ran over there. And lo and behold, he said, yes, I'll finally take that free pawn. So now we're a whole bishop up for not much. So it's looking good. She wandered over there. So what do we say to ourselves after she's made her move?
What is she threatening?
What is she threatening? Tell me.
My bishop.
Your bishop. Oh my God, she's threatening our bishop. What can we do?
Put it back to e6.
We can put it back to e6. Is that nice and safe?
Yeah.
Looks pretty safe. Did you do that?
No.
No, you did rook there. Why did you do rook there?
I don't know.
I reckon you said to yourself, she takes my bishop, I take her rook. You reckon that's what happened?
No. Actually, yeah, no, that's not what happened.
No, but you reckon that's the reason you went there?
Yeah, that's the reason we did it.
Yeah. But she doesn't have to take the bishop, does she?
No, she takes the rook.
She could take the rook, and then she takes your bishop, and we're back to even Steven again. We've lost our extra bishop.
Yeah.
Okay, so you made a boo-boo.
Yeah.
Why did you make the boo-boo? Well, let's work out what the reason was and see if we can stop it.
Because
You assumed she's going to take the bishop?
Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't analyse enough replies. So you've said, what you're going to reply perhaps, but you've only looked at one move and not looked at the rook takes rook first.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So again, it's sort of not looking at perhaps enough moves. But you were lucky. She didn't feel like taking the free bishop. She wanted to double there. So then you ran away and put the bishop on a fair square. So that's all right. And she played f3 to try and blunt that bishop's diagonal, I guess. And you played rook there, saying stop off rooks. I guess that's okay. She ran away, attacking your bishop. You went back again. Hey, it could be another draw, triple repetition.
Yeah.
You'll draw with a higher rated player. What do you reckon? Will be in it. If she plays rook e1, will you play rook e8 again?
Probably not.
Probably not, because you're a piece up. Good thinking. Anyway, she didn't want to draw. She went over there. All right. So now you hoon down there, trying to swap off. So you've got like a double attack on the rook and threatening to swap queens. So that looks pretty good. But she's found a way out. She's protected the rook and avoided the queen swap. What can we do here?
Threaten the queen and try and get it away so then we can take the rook.
Yeah, so you've got a nice aggressive position. Your rooks and your bishop, your queen, you're all sort of attacking, and she's a bit tied up. And you would notice the theme that the queen has to defend the rook, so that gives us the idea, can we chase that queen away? So you hit the queen there. So the queen probably has to run away to d2. Okay. All right, guys. Let's have a go here. Help Sam. He looks like he's got a good position. He's aggressive. He's a piece up. What should he do? His bishop's attacked, but then his rook's on c1 will be undefended, so white can't take the bishop on d5. What should Sam do? Can you find a good move for it? Rebecca's going rook e2, which looks pretty sneaky. That would swap rook for rook probably. Bradley's going bishop b3. That's very sneaky because everything's all pinned up. Gemma likes rook e2. Zoe likes bishop b3. Callum likes bishop b3. Ryan likes rook e2. We've only got two moves. Normally you guys suggest heaps. Everyone's going rook e2 or bishop b3. Do you like any of them? Rook e2 or bishop b3?
Bishop e3 looks pretty good.
Bishop b3. Attacking the rook. So the rook would have to move somewhere. What if the rook just goes to a1? Can we win that c2 pawn? No, because the queen would just take us back. So it might be a false attack. William wants rook b to d8. Thank you for doing something different, William. So you're still liking bishop d3, b3 or anything else?
Not so much anymore.
All right. Silly question. Have we looked at all checks and captures?
No.
Are there any good checks? You've got queen dash rook check, you've got rook e1 check, are any of them any good? Queen b6 check, queen d4 check. Those checks no good?
I don't think so.
All right. You got any good captures? Tell me a capture.
Queen takes c1.
That's no good. All right. Queen takes t2. That's no good. Got any other captures?
Bishop takes f3.
Bishop takes f3. Wouldn't that just lose the bishop because I take you back?
Oh yeah.
So we stop analysing. That's silly. We stop analysing.
Yeah.
You sure?
Sure.
You don't want to look one move deeper just in case you've got a good move for black?
Okay.
All right, let's look one move deeper. We won't just stop it yet. Now remember that queen was tied up to that rook.
Rook e2.
Rook e2, but that would be rook for rook. That wouldn't be so brilliant. Can we get that queen away from protecting the rook?
B rook to d8.
Yep, Ryan said that too. B rook to d8. Okay. Now if the queen moves, you've got queen takes rook check.
Yeah.
So he can't move the queen. What can he do? Can he get, is he losing or?
Can threaten my queen back.
Threaten your queen back, all right. So queen for queen, that'd be no good. What else can we do? Or is that the end of the line? Anyway, good we could move our queen?
Queen to
Where?
E5.
E5. What's that threatening? He just moves his queen.
Mm.
What about queen over here?
Oh yeah.
Now if the queen moves, we've got the rook. And if she plays rook b3, what can we do?
Take his queen.
No, then we take our queen.
Oh yeah.
We take the rook.
Yeah.
And if queen has rook, we zip and check. And we're winning.
Yeah.
So that was a really long, hard line, but it turns out bishop takes f3 would have been good.
Yeah.
So that's another reason to look at all checks and captures, just in case. Well, you did rook b d8, well, it looks pretty good too, because now you've got a threat. She went back and you said, you beauty, I've got a pawn anyway, and now I'm attacking your queen. So she ran away. You ripped in with a check, putting your queen on a good square. She ran away. All right, so all this is looking good. So we've picked up another pawn, so now we're a piece and a pawn ahead. All right, you guys, what would you play here for Sam as black? He's gained another pawn. He's got his pieces well placed. He's looking pretty good. What could he do? We've got one suggestion so far. Ryan likes rook e2. That looks pretty aggressive. Jim is saying, wait, no, wait. Ryan likes queen d2, trying to swap off queens again. So can you see any good moves for black?
Yeah, maybe bishop takes g2. Sure.
Bishop takes g2 check. Okay, let's have a look. Bishop takes g2 check. So what's he going to do?
Take back.
Take back. So what do you got then?
Rook
Rook e2 check. Looking a bit terminal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like mate in 1 or 2 or 3 or something. And it's all sort of pretty forced. And guess what bishop takes g2 check is?
A capture.
It's a capture and a check. So there's 2 reasons we should look at it. Both a check and a capture. Did you do it?
No.
No. Okay. You went rook e5. Okay, so we've missed a bit of a chance. She took a pawn. Now you could still do it. Would that be any good?
Yeah.
Because you've got e2 covered now.
Yeah. But that can be queen d2 still.
You could do queen d2. Actually, my computer says bishop takes g2, mate in 12. Bit hard to see, isn't it? But
Yeah.
but I mean, you've got 3 pieces attacking the king, and it's all open and everything. So it'd probably be pretty good. But you went away over there. Now she gobbled. Hang on, what's happened here?
Another
She gobbled your pawn. I bet you're wishing now your pawn was on g6 instead of g5, so she couldn't gobble that free pawn.
Yeah.
And you kept attacking, and she said, aha, I'm trying to get you a queen. You said, okay, 2 rooks to queen, not a bad deal. King up. So it's a little bit iffy now. You've got 2 rooks, a bishop for a queen and a pawn, but so long as your king's safe, you should win. And you went for a check. She went there, and you dropped back, and then you got lucky.
Yeah.
You put a queen on the wrong square there.
Yeah.
And kaput, end of game. Oh, that was a long, hard-fought game, but you got there.
Yeah.
All right. It was an interesting game. So what can we learn from that game?
Not to do one move threats.
Yeah, so the pattern of your games, and not only this game but the other one, you're very attracted to one-move threats,
Yeah.
which aren't good because they can just get out of them or it's a waste of time sort of thing. So forget about the one-move threat. Only do the threats if they're something good that they can't get out of, or you're putting a piece on a better square. What else can we look at? Were there any good tactics you missed?
Yeah, look at all checks and captures.
Checks and captures. There are a few pretty good checks and captures. That bishop takes f3 and bishop takes g2 and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And some of them you might have looked at, but you stopped analysing too early, didn't you? So you didn't realise it was a really good move?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you look at all checks and captures and you perhaps analyse sort of one move deeper than you normally would, just in case there's something there. Other than that, I think it was all pretty good. So we've got checks and captures, don't do the one move threats, and what about tricks?
Tricks. Don't play for tricks.
Don't play for tricks, unless you're dead lost or something, because it's just a waste of time. But that was a good result and a good game. So thank you very much. Now, next week we have Joe as our guest student, I think. So I'm looking forward to seeing some of Joe's games. And of course we have another big weekend, because this Sunday is the RJ Shield. I hope a lot of you guys will be playing. I'll be going to the Bentley one with my iPad to hopefully record your games and the other interesting positions I see. So I hope you've enjoyed today's lessons, and thank you very much for Sam for driving down all that way for his lesson tonight, and he'll be there on Sunday as well for the RJ Shield, I'm sure. So good night everyone. We'll see you next week.